Hey, how are you? So good to see you. I know, I'm really glad we were able to do this. I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I've been good. I just came back from a work trip to Ottawa, actually. Yeah, I mean, traveling for work sounds fun in theory, but you're actually doing more work on the work trip itself than you would on a normal work day. But, so, funny story. So, obviously, I was in Ottawa, but I had a layover in Boston. And guess who was on my connecting flight? No guess. Guess. You'll never get it. Ilya Rosenoff. Ilya Rosenoff was on my flight. I know. That was so funny. Did you want any, by the way? Yeah, I mean, I can pour you some. It is decaf, if that's okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I kind of stopped drinking. I mean, I basically cut out cold brew. I stopped drinking coffee about a year or so ago, like normal coffee straight up. And then it was because I think I realized it was just making my anxiety so much worse. Yeah. Okay. I'll set that there for you. Yeah, I mean, if there's creamer there if you want it to. But, yeah. So, I'm on this flight. I'm getting on this plane. And I'm all the way back in coach. So, I'm row, 23. And so, I'm walking past the first class section. And on the corner of my eye, I see this figure who's, dressed very clearly trying to be kind of inconspicuous and discreet, but almost in a way where, how when people will wear, all black, and they'll often wear, a baseball hat and maybe sunglasses, and, he was literally wearing that. So, very clearly trying to be inconspicuous, which I think made him kind of stick out in that way. Yeah. And, no, I didn't approach him. I always feel weird about approaching famous people like that, especially when they're kind of, and it's clearly their personal time. I don't know. It's it wasn't a hockey event, and I don't know. I just felt weird about doing it, so I just didn't. So I didn't get a photo with him. But I was like, what are the odds that Ilya Rosenoff, the Boston Raiders, is on my flight to Ottawa? Crazy. I was like, no way. And part of me was like, oh, well, maybe he's, because there's the Ottawa Centaurs. There's that hockey team out there. But I was like, and I heard that he's supposed to be a free agent soon. His contract is up with the Raiders, but I'm like, why wouldn't? I don't really understand why he's okay. If you're going to look for another team, okay, but the Raiders going to the Centaurs. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude to the Centaurs, but I mean, the Raiders are kind of in a different class from the Centaurs. Yeah, I mean, there's that huge rivalry between Montreal and Boston. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, and especially the rivalry between Shane and Ilya. But I don't know. I was kind of like, why is he in Ottawa? And I was like, oh, maybe he's visiting another player. And I was trying to think, what other players are famously from Ottawa? Really, the main one who kind of comes to mind is Shane Hollander, his rival, right? And so I'm sitting in the back of the plane. It's really trying to wrap my head around this. I was just and again, I didn't go up and ask him because again, I just thought that'd be rude, and I didn't want to put him on the spot or anything. Let him have his piece. And so I'm trying to figure this out why he's there. And I was like, okay, maybe he is visiting Shane Hollander. And hear me out. I don't think they actually hate each other that much. I think they're friends. That's what I know. And I'm glad you kind of feel the same way, because I said that to someone else, and it was one of my coworkers. He's really into hockey, And he was like, what do you mean? Like, they clearly, like, there's this huge rivalry between them. And he's going on and on and on about how there's, like, they've been at each other's throats over the years. This huge rivalry between the two of them, and always competing for each other and everything, competing against each other and everything. And, but I don't know. I think they're friends. That's my theory. And, yeah. Well, I'm like, what if he was visiting? What if he was visiting Shane's cottage? Right? Yeah. I mean, did you see the Architectural Digest tour? Like, that is very clearly, that is not a cottage. Like, that's a nice house. And I know it's just a thing that people will say where they're like, oh, they'll just kind of refer to it as a cottage even if it's not a cottage. Like, I'm from Michigan, and a lot of times people say, oh, I'm going up north, to kind of refer anytime they're going away. Like maybe they're going to like their cabin or something, or their cottage on a lake or whatever. A lot of times they may not even be going north. Like sometimes they may be going south, but they'll still be saying like, oh, I'm going up north. So I guess it's just like kind of a dialect, regional dialect thing where you say, I'm going to the cottage, instead of like, yeah, I'm going to my multi-million-dollar lake house that I custom built. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that house looks really nice, and it's right on the water. It looks really pretty. Anyways, like, my theory, okay, so if they are friends, like, it wouldn't be crazy for them to visit each other, maybe just, like, hang out or whatever. But still, I thought it was interesting. Yeah. Yeah. How's your sister? Oh, I didn't know she worked there. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. No, because I had heard that, I mean, I saw the game on TV, and, like, Ilya looked really, almost distraught at seeing, Shane laid out like that. When yeah, I know. But I didn't know he visited him in the hospital. So, like, they definitely have to be some on good terms, right? Like, if he's visiting him in the hospital, he was spotted in Ottawa, of all places. Again, I don't really know why else he would be in Ottawa. And the only explanation I can think of, and I haven't told anyone else this, like the only explanation I can think of is that he's visiting Shane Hollander. Like they have to be at least friends. And yeah. Well, I mean, I know there's that huge rivalry built up between them, but I don't know. I kind of think it's really just like they're just doing it for marketing, right? Like, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, well, it's just like, right? They know it sells, exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't really buy the fact they actually really hate each other. Although, I did hear from my friend. Do you remember my friend Julissa O'Malley? Yeah. So her and Jen, they had went to this club out in Montreal, and I think there was like some game around the time. So a bunch like, between Boston and the Raiders, or the Boston Raiders, and the Montreal Metros, and so they apparently they saw a bunch of the Raiders, and Ilya and his teammates at this club, but apparently. This was a while back. This was back when when Shane was dating Rose Landry, the actress, and apparently, they were both there. Both Shane and Ilya were there. But like, it was like, I heard from Julissa that she said that she saw the two of them like they were staring at each other, and not like a drunken stare. Like they were staring at each other, like not even like lights on, no one's home. She described it as lights were on, everyone was home, but only the two of them were home, if that makes sense. Like, it was very, like, they were staring at each other, apparently. Yeah. So, I don't know if it was, like, animosity between them, or whatever. Something's going on where, I don't know, I'm not buying the fact they really, like, hate each other. Like, I honestly think they're friends. Yeah. I mean, did you see the All-Star game? Right. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like at the All-Star game, they seemed like they got along really, really well. Yeah, no, like when they scored, exactly, like there's definitely a lot of respect between the two of them, and I definitely think there's friendship there. But yeah, no, there's definitely some sort of friendship there. I don't know. I think they're really just doing this whole rivalry thing, just honestly for PR, and just because they know they're trying to sell something. You have something on your face. Yeah, it's like right here. No, not here. I got it. Yeah, no, it's gone now. Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying they're friends. They have to be friends. But yeah, yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I was like, they've been playing against each other for what? Like, I don't know how long it's been. Years. They've been playing against each other that long. Like, they've seen each other at all these events. Like, there has to be some level of camaraderie there. They were both, number one and number two draft picks. Like, I'm not behind the fact they really don't like each other. Like, they have to be friends. I think good friends. Like, clearly, if he's like visiting him in Ottawa, which again I could be completely wrong, could be completely off base about. But again, why would Ilya Rosenoff be in Ottawa? But clearly, like if he's in Ottawa and he's visiting Shane, they have to be good friends. Because I've heard that guy like does not let many people over to his cottage. Apparently, it's mainly been just like the Hayden Pike. Yeah. Yeah. No. I think they're friends. They're definitely friends. Yeah. Oh, you have to run. Okay. Well, it was so good to see you. We'll hang out. I'll text you. We'll hang out later. Okay? Alright. I'll see you. Bye.